Guys, this is going to be a first aid video for your forearm. There's a lot of junk that we do in CrossFit to really build up some bad surfaces, a lot of junk that we need to floss out every once in a while. So take a lacrosse ball, you'll press it into your forearm. This is what it'll basically look like. So let's just talk about what we're doing real quick. So there's a lot of muscle. So in your forearm, there's so the extensor muscles really go through this whole surface, but it's mostly tendon here and muscles here, and the pain happens when there's glued up surfaces. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to loosen up the muscles here so that we create slack in the tendons upstream or downstream. And so if you look at my forearm, you can see all of those muscles just kind of working around. That's what we're going to try to hit with the lacrosse ball. So you take a lacrosse ball with it in your hand, and you just kind of press down, put as much pressure as you can stand. But the most important part is what you're doing with your palm. Move it around. I like to change it up, maybe a fist, palm open, just work it around. Spend 4 minutes on each side. You really want to explore. So there's this like palm-sized area right here that we're trying to hit, and just all that junk, just move it around, change it up, change the orientation, explore, and give your forearm some love because it probably needs it. And so that's the top aspect of your forearm, and you can also hit this medial aspect, but there's also a lot of junk here. This is a really good pressure point as well, and you just do work it around. I notice that I have to press a lot harder to get the same effect as I do on this side. This side's so much more junky than this side, but you'll know pretty quick if this is something that needs to be done for you. And notice also I'm still moving my hand around, still flossing, staying nice and active. Just pressing doesn't do a whole lot for you. It's the movement that will work those knots out. And make sure you breathe, no stinky faces here. So yeah, and the retest for this is just a simple forearm crank. Kneeling position, you have the palms down, crank back, sit back on those heels. What I would do is I work it out until the palm is no longer fully in contact with the ground, or I give up mechanics, do something weird to get my butt down on the seat, and also tops of the hands and crank back. It's also a really good stretch to do, little crank to do mid-workout, before workout, after workout. That involves a lot of grip strength. So yeah, don't forget, test beforehand, retest after you do the work, 4 minutes each side, and enjoy.